Good Friday morning, family. It's your girl, Jeanette, and I am your certified life strategist and mindset coach. It's Friday. It's time for live coaching. It is time to get in it. Hello. Good morning, family. Good morning, Jennifer. Hi, Susu. Good to see you coming in from Seattle. Anthony, good morning, sir. Great to have you with. And Neil, good morning. The family is gathered in on this beautiful Friday. I hope it's beautiful where you are. You can see all the sun pouring through back here. It is a gorgeous day. Hello, Miss Monique. Thank you for your help this morning. So glad to see all of you. Well, I'm going to start out with some housekeeping, and then we're going to get back into our topic today. We are going back to look at part 2, understanding oneness. And we're going to get into some exercises today to help us in this area. And I have brought back our beautiful oneness practitioner and sister Pamela Gray Daniel, who will be with us. What's up? Hey, Faith fam. Good to see you. And so I'm excited. I know you're excited. One of the things that I shared yesterday, and I want to make sure that you all are aware, is that we're shifting as, you know, the country's opening back up and cities are opening back up. People are going to work, and our schedules are changing, and I can see it and I can sense it. And I'm glad that everybody's able to get back kind of to some semblance of normal, whatever that's going to look like. But we need to shift how we do what we do, because if you're going to be at work, you're not going to be here with us at 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning, or 7 in the morning, right? And so we are going to shift what we're doing. Good morning, Miss Leola. Good to see you. Yes, in the Empowerment Tribe, we're all here. So we're going to shift a little bit of what we're doing. I'll be coming on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we'll do our Monday mindset. We'll do our Wednesday devotional, and then we'll wrap it up on the end on Fridays with the live check-ins. And so what does that mean? That means that on Tuesdays, when we normally would be talking about finding and following your purpose, that either you have gotten into the UDEMY class that's online now, that where I coach you through that entire thing, or you have the book because you're doing the work on your own. So we don't have to come on Tuesdays and do that because you're going to be doing it. And then Fridays when I check in, then we'll check in to see how you're making progress. Also, for those of you who asked, and I did hear and I do understand that we're all going through a lot right now. And so some of you may not be able to do the one-to-one coaching. And so what I've done is I've offered a coaching membership so that we can do it in groups, because I think that's what will help. It'll help not only in the peer-to-peer coaching, but it'll also help you not have to have, a coaching fee that you can't bear. So just go to the website, JeanetteSmith.com. You see it there. Okay. And once you get there, just click on the tab at the top, coaching memberships. And then once you go to that side, there's a bunch of stuff I'm offering now. I know you all wanted me to help you do your streams. I want to help you do your streams, but I can't help like 20 people do their streams individually. So guess what? We're going to do a group coaching. Yay! So we can all do it together, right? So you can go down here and you can sign up for either the subscription for the broadcaster, if you want to get help up, leveling up your live game. If you want to do one-to-one, you want more attention that way, or the mastermind is going to set you up. This is what I'm doing. Listen, for those who are serious, now there's different levels. If you're a beginner, I want to help you where you are. But if you're somebody that's been doing it, but you just kind of want to level up with the tools you use, you want to talk about your presentation, you want to talk about your content development and how you deliver your content, even how you run your program, rundown, all of that stuff. That's what the mastermind is for. We're going to start that on a Friday. I'm going to get you set up. So everything is set up. Saturday, you're going to practice. Sunday, you're going to practice. Monday, boom, you're going to do it. And I'm going to bring the whole tribe with me. So we're going to plan out when you're going to do your live with your new tools. And I'm going to go, okay, when we hop off of here Monday, we're going to go see JoJo's stream. And then we're all going to run over and we're going to see your stream. And we're going to support you and do that. And then we're going to go to the next person. But that's the way you do it. You just got to do it. And so we're here to support you. And I want to see all that's great in you, all that unique messaging that's in you that's supposed to come out. It's time for you all to do it. The light bearers of the world have to now step up and step out. It's not just one of us or two of us that are going to be able to help continue to bring health and healing into the world. It's going to be all of us. So I'm so excited to work with you on that front. So let's get to our topic today, and let's bring in our lovely and beautiful oneness coach for the hour, Miss Pamela Gray Daniel. Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Great to be back with you all again.
Back. Yes, welcome back. We're so glad to have you back. As I shared and introduced you in our first go round, Pamela Gray Daniel is an author. She's a oneness practitioner. She's a coach. She's the dynamic voice of oneness. And as we said before, in this world that's often echoing division. And so her word, her message, her unique and anointed skill set, so important for this time. She has a book that we shared with you before. Let me bring it up so that you can see it too, because it is an awesome tool as we talk about oneness. And in this, she's a storyteller. So she's going to use real life situations to talk about the truths of oneness, healing our history and co-creating a culture of oneness. So make sure that if you are interested in that, you go check out her website, and I'll be putting that up throughout the broadcast as well, so that you can get to her and stay connected, because we definitely want to stay connected with our sister friend here. Yeah. So when we left off, Pamela, we were talking about how do we see ourselves, and you took us through an exercise where we were, good morning, Tamara, where we were laying down the labels, laying down the history, laying down all of that stuff to figure ourselves out. For those who may not have been with us, would you explain the exercise that you led us in, and then we'll kind of pick up?
Yeah, sure. So there's all of these things that we have, attachments that we have created for ourselves that don't tell us who we really are, but they're things that we've kind of clung to give us meaning, to give us purpose. And what they've actually done is they kind of clouded who we really are. And so we went through an exercise where we closed our eyes. We agreed that we could pick up those attachments afterwards, but we closed our eyes and we removed all of the labels, all of the things that we call ourselves, all of the things people ever called us or told us about ourselves. And then we sat with what was left. Like, who are you? Who were you when you first came into this existence? What were you bringing? What is the gift that you have to give to the world? Because we all came to give a gift. We didn't come to get something from the world. We came to give. And so sit with that and understand and think about and vocalize, what are those things? What are you? Who are you? And there were a lot of beautiful, beautiful answers that came through. I am love. I'm encourager. I am peace. I am joy. I always feel I'm creativity. I'm one with the creator. So I have the ability to create. And I'm joy, all of those things. So I really loved enjoying hearing your answers. And if you have any more, I'd love to hear them. But that's a part of connecting with the God presence, with God, the creator who created you, and understanding that those same qualities that dwell within those benevolent qualities that dwell within the creator dwell within you. And so that's the first step of understanding oneness, which is that understanding the connection with the divine.
Absolutely. I wanted to share that we had somebody that actually did say, you know what, I had this thought coming out of something that we were talking about. And so I'd shared the story that I had heard because we were talking about how you go across faith beliefs, and this idea of oneness permeates, though how we practice it may not look very similar. And I was talking about how I had heard someone share out of the Buddhist tradition that, you know, they held up a sheet of paper and said, do you see a cloud in this sheet of paper? And everybody was like confused. It's like, you have to see a cloud in the paper, because without the cloud, there's no rain. Without the rain, there's no tree. Without the tree, there's no paper. And just talking about that is the idea of oneness, that things are so interconnected that you should, you know, that your mind should, when you look at a piece of paper see a cloud. And so then we got to talking about that a little bit more on the program. And as we were talking about it, one of our viewers, Dr. Jennifer, she's saying, yes, I see you right there. She actually had a nice little caveat that she added to that I wanted to share. Jennifer, thank you, first of all, for wanting to share that. Secondly, I hope that you all had some other insights that you wanted to share. And if so, please always feel free to bring them to the table. So here's what Jennifer was saying. I'm not sure if you realized it, but your cloud paper example was huge and proof that this idea of oneness affects all areas of life. I believe that the earth is out of alignment because humankind is out of alignment. When we see ourselves as images of God, then we are able to see the image of God in others, treating everyone as such. And hopefully by us being in alignment, we are able to see all of God's creation as good, shifting the earth back into alignment through our decisions and not getting so caught up in the need for the object as the expense of the larger thing, the sun, etc. The Native Americans understood this well. Oneness is essential for a sustainable, healthy life. So I appreciate the concrete tools that I can use to relay such an abstract concept. Love you, sis. Keep sharing your light. Thank you so much for sharing that.
That was beautiful. Yes.
Isn't it? And you were saying, as I was sharing this with you, Pamela, you had some thoughts on that too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of the and it's Jennifer, right? Dr. Jennifer. Dr. Jennifer touched on this perfectly, where we kind of see ourselves as separate from everything. I'm separate from you, you're separate from me, we're separate from this race and this religion, and we're even separate from the earth itself. But when we understand that the Creator creates and puts itself in all of creation and in an equal quantity and quality as well. When we understand that, then we understand that there is not one thing that is not good, that does not have the essence of the Creator of it in it, and then thereby is a part of us. And so she's absolutely right. When we start seeing the earth as our equal, not as something to gain something from, that we're combining resources in this physical experience for a mutual benefit. That's what oneness is. And that's what allyship is as well. But oneness really understands that we're all in this together. We're all connected. And I mean, absolutely, we are all a part of this existence, and we have to start acting like it, or else we're going to throw ourselves out of balance. We're going to, destroy our world, destroy creation, destroy mankind.
And I love how you said just us being at home, sheltered at home.
Oh, yeah.
How we've started seeing some changes in everything from
the ozone layer,
wildlife.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, y'all. And and actually, even as we look externally, like what's happening out there, I also think we experienced a oneness internally. And I can't put it all together yet, but I do believe that this whole discussion on race inequality is a part of that. Like the crashing into, like we keep rejecting parts of ourselves as a whole. And until we kind of get that together, there's this constant crashing into the truth of the matter, until we deal with the truth of the matter. So we were going to do one of our exercises, one of you all's favorite exercises we're going to do today, because this idea of oneness is so important. Our definition being the state or quality of being one with the divine, singleness, understanding one's connection and unification with that divine presence, and how that connects you to all creation. And, this can be, let's walk it from a simple connection. It could be the connection you have to your family. It could be the connection you have to your spouse, your partner, your significant other. It could be that connection. And then you can evolve it out. Because I think sometimes this concept of oneness can be so vast and large that we kind of get swallowed up in trying to understand it, if that's not a place that our mind has naturally allowed us to just kind of go because of all the blocks of society and everything that we deal with. But how do we start small in our immediate world and maybe walk ourselves out into oneness, the world, the universe, God?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does seem like this big grand thing, right? And what I do think that we have to focus on is understanding, first of all, that connection between us and God.
Yeah.
Because when we do, then we understand that everything else that was created, like I said before, is also connected. And
Yeah.
so when someone is behaving badly, there's a way for us to be able to look in that situation. They may be triggering us or whatever it is, but us to look at them and remind ourselves that this person was also created in the image and likeness. Their value is there. They may be behaving outside of themselves right now at the moment, out of alignment, but I need to practice. It's an intentional practice of always striving to look at whatever you see in life as an equal, as a part of you. And yeah, it even starts with your children. If you think about it and you're like, they're small, I can tell them what to do, but really understanding that your kids are spiritual beings as well. They're here on a journey. They have their own path. And so we have to begin to value everyone at the same level. And it is a practice. It's something that you have to intentionally put your mind to accepting until it just becomes a part of who you are.
What's our biggest block? What do you see as a practitioner, as a coach dealing with it? What do you see being our biggest block?
Our biggest block are our attachments, our labels. Like I said before, and not knowing ourselves, not like we can know, but then sometimes we get into this place where our ego comes on in and it begins to question us. So when we know who we are, we know who others are.
Mm-hmm.
We can't deviate from, okay, well, I'm good, but this person is bad because they are also created image and likeness of God. So I really believe that we have to begin to transcend all of the labels, our thoughts about ourselves, and that helps us move into a transcendent place of viewing others in a different way outside of how they present. We need belonging. We have that urge for belonging, and sometimes that's our biggest enemy.
Yeah.
Because when we're able to transcend and have our belonging be in the isness, in consciousness, then we're not looking to be in competition with one another. We are understanding that we're all a part of this big whole.
And I think that's beautiful. Monique's comment kind of speaking to where you are in your explanation and share. One thing that's helped me realize that we all have the full human spectrum within us.
Yeah.
I have consulted with and worked with various churches of different denominations and faith beliefs. And one thing that I find to be true is that all have flaws in that all have people. Right? Yeah. We're all people. We're all going to show up with our stuff. Right. And so one of the things I've always wanted to try to speak to and somehow break through with coaching, even when I go, like, media is my thing. So I'll go for media, but I'll always talk about the people, because your processes can be right. But if you don't have synergy and understanding between your people, it doesn't matter how expensive your equipment is or how good your broadcast looks like. You have to have this oneness within your people, right? And one of the things that I like to try to share is that just being a title, just being under the same title does not make us one. Like, that's not what makes us one. So whether your title is Buddhist, Christian, whatever, family, that title is not what makes you one. It's the being of one that makes us one, right? So when you go to church, you go to temple, when you go to mosque, when you go to these different things, it's how are you connecting to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I come out of the Christian faith. We say, love your neighbor as yourself. First, love God with our
Mm-hmm.
heart, mind, soul, and strength. That's that first relationship you keep talking about. And
Yeah.
then love this way as you love yourself.
Yeah.
And so if that's not in place, it doesn't matter about the title. The title
Yeah.
is not producing in you the oneness.
Yeah.
So I love how you led us through that, that exercise of lay down the title, because it can be easy to say, well, I'm a good person. I operate in this and that because I'm a whatever that title is. But in truth, is it operating in you in a manifested way?
Yeah. Have you integrated that into your behavior in that's how you
That's how you
present?
present. That's how you show
Yeah.
up. That's how when somebody comes at you and they're, is that what how do you present?
Yeah.
Being of one. Kyra says, I agree 100% about seeing our children first as spiritual beings. We are here as parents to protect and keep their spirits as whole as possible while they're growing up. Everyone is a spiritual being having a human experience. Absolutely.
Yes,
And it does
absolutely.
not mean that you're going to just let them put their hand in fire and you're
No.
not, loving your spiritual being. So you must know better. No, I mean, there's still,
No.
or whatever. There's still 4. There's still 3. So there's some guidance and some boundaries and helping in that area that needs to flow. But absolutely. Thank you, Kara, is it Kara? I don't know if I'm saying it right. That might be one of your people, because that name is new to me in the Empowerment Tribe. Jonathan, good stuff. Spirit versus law. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. Being of one. I love it because Jonathan and Kara, when we talk about, somebody was trying to get me stuck on one of these racial discussions on social media. Well, if these lives matter, what about this and that and this and that? And I'm like, you're trying to get me into a gotcha game. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
What I love is, even if we just look at Jesus as a teacher, or for those who have Christian faith as your savior, if you just look at how he used to deal with people, because I call him the greatest life coach of all time.
Yes.
Like, people would come at him with the law and he would just come back at them with some self-excavation.
Yeah.
Like, this woman was a prostitution. Our law says we stone her. It's like, okay, well, if none of y'all have sinned, then I guess that's what you do. It turns it right back to, even though we talked about this, for those of you who are with us, we talked about self-love and getting off of our proverbial mat.
Mm-hmm.
The man had been sitting there, had been lame for 37 years. And the first thing that Jesus does is not heal him automatically or say, oh, you poor. He says, do you want to be healed? Like, back to you. Do you want to be healed? Do you want to be one with healing?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Those are the things, when you look at law, that's how you press law out the way and you get back into the spirit of it and connect in there. He said, no, don't go down the rabbit hole with people. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I said, I'm talking to you. I will engage where I feel I'm supposed to engage. If I feel like I can not even sway them, but even just drop enlightenment, something to make you think a little different. That's a different perspective. Because here's the truth. Some people have lived in a bubble. Like when we talk about this oneness thing, oneness is, I can't be afraid to let you hear from me because I'm a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a part of you haven't experienced or maybe heard from. So let me reflect to you a part that you've kind of shoved over here in a little box somewhere, right? Yeah. So we do have to allow people to experience us. I think one of the most interesting things about this time that we're in, hey, Reverend Angie, is the self-realization, the talk of race and inequality, is that, I don't know about for you, Pamela, but I've had friends say, I didn't know that, like I'm sharing stories that I didn't know because I didn't share, and that's on me. But what I realize as a people of color and anybody who's ever been oppressed or held down, you get so used to just dealing with stuff that you don't share the narrative, that you don't share the experience. And in that way, I feel like we need to share. We need to share more. When things happen, to not be afraid to say, that felt like this, or that, do you understand that sounds like this or that looks like this? I don't know what's been your experience of this oneness, because it's so funny, you're the oneness practitioner and there's so much happening around this. It's crying out, no, we're not one. So how have you been flowing through it?
It's funny because I have always been a very vocal person about sharing. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. And, to people and have felt very, nope, we don't want to hear that, or nope, you're being divisive, or nope. And so there was a time where I became very, very bitter around that. Right. And I began to, oh, they're just this. And I would label these people and I would put them in boxes. And one day I woke up and I understood that I was becoming something that was not helping bringing people together. And that's what I had always called myself, a bridge. I wanted to be a bridge and help bring people together and help people understand one another. And the key that I needed for that was the practice of oneness. So understanding that as I share, they may reject what I have to share, but it's basically just like little breadcrumbs along the path.
Yes.
They'll pick it up later on. They're gonna get it. But people are at a place where on their journey, if they can hear you, they'll hear you. If they can't, you planted a seed, it'll come back later on and they'll remember. And then you'll have an opportunity for a greater expansion with your relationship with them and you having influence there, and you didn't burn any bridges.
Right.
So that's the important part, is like understanding there's going to be some people who can't hear you, won't, and that's got to be okay. You see them, you say, I love you, and allow yourself to have boundaries that don't allow you to get into confrontations with them.
Yeah.
But they'll come back. They will.
Absolutely. I love that. Back to what I was saying, that's the real Jesus that needs to be taught more, and so many reasons. Our humanness sometimes gets in the way of us really representing the truths that are out there. Do you want to hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you. We accommodate and grow accustomed to things that were never meant to be. You better speak that, dream catcher, dream builder, coming over here on Periscope. I see you, brother. And I love the work that you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Jennifer says, yes, absolutely. So we're going to do the exercise now, you all. We did life lessons have to be learned. We did the exercise of oneness before about laying down the labels, but we're going to do the exercise now that the Empowerment Tribe knows and loves, where we use phototherapy, we use phrases and words to identify and work through a circumstance or situation. So the first exercise is you're just going to ask yourself, plant this as the intention in your mind. What's keeping you from fully experiencing oneness? What's keeping you from fully experiencing oneness? Yes, you'll be a catalyst to help vibrate that density just a little even. You'll make a difference and you'll have to value your contribution even when it appears others can't fully see you for the love you are. I know. That is it. Much respect. Keep speaking truth. Thank you. I'm glad you're in with us. Thanks for sharing.
Everyone.
So let's do this exercise, and I see y'all. Yay! Came from my favorite part. Got in just in time. Yes, absolutely. So focus on that intention. Everybody just close your eyes for a minute. Just focus on that intention. What is keeping you at this point from experiencing oneness fully? What is it? Now I'm doing this just to break the patterns of what's happening in your brain. Usually at this point, you start overthinking. Let that go. Focus on this tone and sound. What is keeping you from fully experiencing oneness? Now, as you continue to think that, now I'm going to choose, based solely on the Spirit of God on me, to be led by what is it that will give us clarity for this question, okay? And so you get a picture, you get a word, and you'll get a phrase. This is hilarious. I love this one. Here's our picture. It's a little boy holding the frog, a dirty frog, way out in front of himself. All right. So there's that. Your question, the word is passion. All right. And the question is, what am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Think on it. I'm going to take a picture so we can look at it. It's the little boy holding his little dirty frog out there. The word is passion. And the question is, what am I waiting for? Now, layer that over your question, your intention. What is keeping you from fully experiencing oneness? Think about how you saw that picture. Think about where the frog was in juxtaposition of the little boy. Think about all the things going on with that little boy and that frog. Observe. What do you see? What's the state of being of that frog? What's the expression on that little boy's face? Look at all those things. Okay. What does passion have to do with that? What does passion have to do with that? And then the question, what are you waiting for? Ooh. And as you start getting insights, as you start getting some thoughts about it, I want you to go ahead and start typing it into the chat room so that we can share with you what does that speak to you about where you are in oneness. Okay. Now I'm going to pull up the picture so you can keep doing the work. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. All right. So let's work. Let's talk. Let us talk. So, chat room. Monique says she loves this intention. So Tamara sees rejection. Angie sees fear. Okay. Those are the things. Remember the question. What is that? How does rejection and how does fear impact? Oops, wrong one. That's from last week. How you keep yourself from fully experiencing oneness. Is rejection the thing? Then we're going to hone in on that. If fear is the thing, then we need to hone in on that. Monique says, wanting to be so clean that I'm not willing to get messy, not accepting my own mess. Wow.
Yeah, that's
wow.
powerful.
Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. That's in there. Come on, tribe. Keep working it out. Keep working it out. What is it that, and it's not that it may be for always. This is just for where you are right now, right? Yeah. For where you are right now. Pamela, what did you see when you were looking?
So when you asked the question, I knew that what keeps me from oneness is my negative emotion. And then when I saw the frog and I thought, that's kind of startling and it triggers you and it makes you feel a certain thing. And it's just a frog, right? And it can be cleaned up and it's not going to kill me. Right. But it does require me to have a regulation over my emotions. And so passion was just another one of those things where I'm thinking about how it's making me feel and how I'm so passionate about wanting to be understood and wanting to be heard and wanting people to accept other people, that I sometimes allow that barking dog to happen where I get out of regulating myself. Yeah. And I need to just continue to practice that understanding that everybody's on a journey, everybody's in their own place. And that requires me to understand that that's where I am too. And I can be wrong. And,
right.
So yeah, that was a powerful, I love that.
I love it too. I love it too. Neil says the picture represents what is the fear that I may be faced with. Passion represents my strength is greater than that fear. And the phrase, what am I waiting for? Nothing. There you go. Just deal with, just handle it.
Yeah.
Sue says my overactive, overthinking brain. Yes, I can see that in there too. And Monique says, I'm waiting to be perfect. Absolutely. That's what the leaps of faith are all about. I see you, Rev. I see you, Rev Wingo says, take the leaps of faith. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't wait for anything. Once that's the beautiful thing about once you know it, you can just address it. I've always been that way. Like, I don't need 13 lessons. I have this thing with God. Listen, just gently bump me where I need to go. If I'm out of alignment on some stuff, I don't need the big earth shattering ground opens up and stuff slide. I don't need just little bumps, right? Just jump out there and get in it. Faith Fam says interruptions, outside sources, knowing I sometimes need to slow down. Leola says being busy, going in the wrong direction, thinking I'm doing right.
That happens so much.
Woo-hoo. And that thing Faith Fam said before about slowing down helps with that.
Yeah.
Because it's the busy, which is not, we know, a spiritual gift. Busyness is not a spiritual gift. Will keep you going in the wrong direction. Sad because the frog is dirty and needs someone to clean the frog up. But look how he's holding it out there. And what does that relate? How does that relate to you, Miss Helen, and how you experience oneness? You'll see the frog and you'll say, it's sad, somebody needs to clean it up. But then what happens in you after that, after you make that observation? Monique says, I don't fully understand this, but this is what's coming up for me. Passion isn't perfect. Keep marinating in that. Do what you say. Hey, Miss Donna. Hi, boo-boo. How are you? I see it, but don't quite know if I'm really ready to step out. Ooh. Ooh. Because here's something. This is what I heard for you all. And I know this one is for you all because it's so in line with me. I'm going to be transparent because I always am with y'all. The only reason that I'm even offering to do stuff about streaming, that's not like my favorite thing, but I'm good at it, is because I know that there's stuff in you all that has to come out to help the world. The message that you have in you has to come out to help the world. And I see you all like this, like I'm waiting for it's dirty. I don't want to do it. It's not perfect yet. It's not clean yet. Nobody's going to understand it yet. Like, here's my message. That's what I see. I see y'all like, that's my message out in front of me. Y'all are looking at it from way back here. Like, do y'all want this? Like, I don't know. So no, we can work that out. We can work that out. But Donna, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. Just do it.
Yeah.
Clean it up as you go. If you guys go back and look at, even with 30 years in broadcasting, if you go back and look at my first stream, even when I was doing the 21-day, I'm not talking about like years ago. I'm talking about like a few months ago when I started doing the 21-day devotional. I came on, I was like, okay, well, so it was just me and a t-shirt. And I was like, okay, well, God said do this. So here we are. You know, it was just, but that was me just stepping out. And in the stepping, that's what I need y'all to get. In the doing, in the stepping out is when you start getting clarity about, okay, now I need to add this. Okay, now I need to do this. Okay, here's how I get more in touch with that. Okay, now I'm going to start bringing people in. That's what happens in the doing. And y'all kept stepping back here waiting for the divinely delivered Amazon package to arrive with all the instructions, all the resources, all the stuff. No.
Yeah.
Step out.
Yeah.
Just a nudge. Kara says, time, letting the false construct of time and space limit my experiences of how powerful I am. The frog gets in my face and distracts me from wholeness. I feel limited and often wait for the right moment to act. Do you all see a theme here?
Yes. Yeah.
What are you thinking, Pamela?
You know what, I love what you said about just stepping out, just doing, because there's so many times where we self-sabotage. There's something that has been put in us that needs to come out, and we think that it has to be perfect in order for us to be present and to be used. And none of us are perfect, right? We're just perfectly walking in our purpose. And so even in our mistakes and our missteps, there is learning that is happening. We are expanding. And so we just have to say yes. You know what I mean? Like, it can be scary, but we say yes, and we're going to do it. And we might stumble and we might fall, but the moment of movement moves us forward. It propels us into where we're supposed to be. So
Yes, yes.
beautiful exercise.
And I put Lanisha's comment up because Lanisha is kind of new to the empowerment tribe, but one of the things that she has been working on is an album, a single. And so I remember reading one of your posts, Lanisha, where you said, well, I'm doing it. It's like, we're just, it's just going to get out there and do it. And so you did it. That's what it's about. It's about just stepping out there, getting it done. So kudos to you.
Yes.
Stepping out and building that dream. Yes, yes, yes. Candace says, here's my take. I associate the frog with water. Water for me represents cleansing and refreshing. Absolutely. 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 For me personally, when I looked at it, I thought about, I was watching another friend. I don't know if he's on here. I was watching Elder Jamel's thing this morning. He was just doing a time of devotional, and we were talking about oneness, but in a different context. We were talking about breaches and strife between family or friends or people and and being able to pray for out of that sense of oneness. People that aren't good to you, that are, that mistreat you, that all of these kinds of things. Right. And I was thinking about some things in my own life. And when I look at this, I see myself as like, we're one, but you're like, you and all your crud, or I'm gonna put you out here with all that. And I'm going to be back here, but we're still connected. We're still one. But you're around here because I can't deal with all of that you got going on. And passion. What's my passion? My passion is for empowerment. So what am I waiting for? Right? Maybe there's a way I can have impact, positive impact. That's major. It is major because I think, what you all know, but can often be forgotten, is that even light bearers and coaches who lift heavy weights for people every day are still people. So we still have our stuff that we have to be more committed to dealing with and working out every day, so that we have now God can use anything, anyone that he or she wants to use. But here's the deal. I have a responsibility as that instrument to keep myself sharp, to keep myself as clear as possible, to keep myself moving in the right direction, so that we don't bring those things into our engagements with you all. But don't make no mistake, we still have to do work. You heard Pamela just say, like, so we all do the work. Sue says, afraid to fully show myself. That boy is me holding that part of myself out and trying to keep it from escaping. Ooh, let it go.
I felt that.
I know, right?
Yes, Sue.
That's and I know you're working on the books and other things, and absolutely, yes, just step out. I'm months away from turning 60, starting college. Just received the dean's left. Yeah, I love it. Oh man, I love that. I love that. Yes, you better go ahead and make the dean's.
Yes.
That is awesome. So awesome.
Wow.
That's major. And I don't even know if that's what you were saying that for, but I'm putting it back up. That frog is dirty. The boy is holding a frog in front of him and he looks afraid. I think that for me, it represents me holding on to fear when I lead the frog to water to cleanse itself. Whoa, that's good. That is so good.
Whew.
Go ahead. You're thinking something. Let them
Yes.
out.
You know what? Interesting. I love that people are associating themselves with, some people are associating themselves with the frog.
I was thinking that. Yeah.
And
some is holding on and some is releasing, like the
yeah.
juxtaposition of those things.
Yeah. And one of the things with oneness is when you're triggerable by somebody, you're also looking at them and seeing yourself. So there's something in them that is triggering you that you need to go back, use that mirror and do that inner work that says, hey, how do I do this as well? Do you know what I mean? How do I dismiss others as well? How do I, not embrace oneness in the way that they don't embrace oneness angers me? You know what I mean? And so it's really important that's another practice, that when we are feeling negative emotion towards someone, or we're saying, oh, this person is just, undesirable, or this thing is kind of scary, we need to look at ourselves and see how we present in that same.
Ooh, that's so good. That is so good. That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
How do we do the thing that right now is giving us the holy frustration? I'll just put it that way. I'll just put it that way. Try to make everything right, because we do. And that was part of some of my excavating this morning. That was part of some of what I was saying to myself this morning when I was thinking about that circumstance or situation, because even within family, you can have stuff, right? And I was thinking, how do I do that? Especially when people are younger than you, you also have to look at what they may or may not know. I'm a big proponent on, you can't hold people responsible for what they don't know. And so all of those things matter. I love what you said. I can't find it, Monique. You said we are our own clients. And
our first client. Yeah.
We are our first clients. And you're absolutely right. I don't know where that comment went, but yes to that. Kara says, our own lack of self-acceptance makes us uncomfortable.
Ooh, yes. And that, you were just talking about how love your neighbor as yourself. But if you have a hard time loving yourself,
there it is.
You have a hard time loving your neighbor.
There it is. And I have said that about so many hate groups.
Yeah.
It's like, this has so little to do with me and so much more to do with how you feel about you.
Exactly.
And you've just found other people to feel that way with together. Like, now we're just going to bring all of our stuff in here together. Wow. I'm so proud of you all. The moments of movement that propels us forward. That's it. That is what it's all about. Yeah. And so I'm going to ask you now to flip the script in our last 5-7 minutes and look at that same picture now and ask yourself this question. What do I need to focus on? That should be how to promote alignment in myself and live in a place of oneness. So what do you need to focus on now? Okay. Now that you have that insight, what do you need to focus on now to promote alignment in yourself and live from a place of oneness? All right. We'll go back and we'll look at that photo again, because different things can mean different things. So let's go back. Now look at it a little differently. What do you need to focus on to promote alignment and live in a place of oneness? Pam said, I missed some stuff. Yes. Go back and watch the replay. It's all good. Replay viewers, I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for always leaving comments and doing the exercises. We always go back through. I know that Pamela went back through on the show she was on. Guests usually always go back through. We comment and see what you're saying and give you insight and feedback as well. Another way to view that boy in light of myself is I was afraid to get this frog, but I got him. He's dirty. I was afraid, but I overcame my fear. See, I got him. I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe I love that, because think about that in terms of building our dreams and of doing the work, the assignment we're created to do. How you got there might not have been pretty. That little boy might have had to be in the ditches. Maybe he was in a pond. Maybe he was but he got there. He got there, right? It's all a gift.
Yes.
It's all a gift. Hold my dirtiness and view it from the eyes of a child. There you go. That's how you can move into alignment, is just hold on to it and view it with the eyes of a child. Love it. Step out and trust my inner me. Beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you. Y'all are doing the work. Y'all are doing it. So basically, I let go of fear and proceed with faith. That's it. That's it. And I love what you said about passion. Let me go back. Monique, you said something about passion not being perfect or something like that. Did I get that right? And when I look at that, there's a scripture that says faith without work is dead, right? Faith without work is dead. So when I see this little boy too, I can look at him and say, kind of like what you were saying, Angie, that the faith, I got it, but I got it. See, the work, it's not pretty, it's not perfect, it's not in its final form, right? But I'm doing the work and having faith that something better is still to come out of that I can, Candace, go clean him up, wash him off, and do all this, that I can't. So that's that whole thing about faith having a corresponding action. And maybe that action can be fueled by your passion, right? When you don't feel like you want to do it, when you don't feel like stepping out, when you don't feel that you're not sure if somebody's going to reject or accept the work that you put into the world, or as content creators, or maybe you're not sure about reaching out in this relationship that needs some help, or you're working on your financial freedom plan and you're just like, I don't know that if this is going to even matter. Maybe if you stop and you fuel it by your passion.
Yes.
Don't worry about the outcomes stuff. Just every day make a decision based on your faith, fueled by your passion.
Ooh.
Absolutely. You don't know what I had to go through to get my alignment. Ooh. Right? Sue says, take a deep breath and follow my truth, no matter what others may think or say about my chosen path, even though sweetie, that is the toughest road to toe right there.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in that place, Pamela?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You have to make decisions based upon what God is telling you, and God's telling you, he ain't telling everybody else. So everybody else gonna have an opinion about it. But ultimately, you have to do what you're called to do, And so absolutely follow your truth. You got
Follow your truth. And it's a dirty stuff, uncomfortable stuff, mean and indifferent stuff, challenging stuff. Yeah, that stuff can represent a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah. Good
life coaching. Well, I'm glad. Get on in here and get it. Get it. Hi, Sharon. So that's where we stand, y'all. It's understanding that when there's a struggle, when there's this thing that we're it's hard. I'm leaving it up because I'm sensing that some of you are still working through some stuff. So I'm going to leave it up while we talk. But yeah, that within all of this is hope.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad if you're out of alignment or you sense that there's struggle. Letting go of rejection, the people, persons, or things that cause it. And Tamara, I want you to know that I saw your comment on YouTube where you shared how you experienced church hurt and how rejection was in the root of that. And what I want to say to you is, knowing you too, is that if you look at this frog, I feel like that experience of rejection that you had may not be as close up on you as right here, But I also feel like you still kind of have it out here. And if you keep working with it and keep healing and keep operating in this place of oneness, and even the tough part of trying to understand what, not that they were right necessarily, but just trying to understand what was on the other side of this. Just like you looked at this as two sides, what was the other side of that? And that you'll keep holding it out until eventually you can let that rejection thing go, like from that thing. Because as much as that boy is holding the frog is still a part of the boy. So even though you're holding rejection like this and it's kind of out here, it's still a part of you. It's still attached to you. And at one point, you're going to get to that place where you're going to be able to heal. And it's not because you agree with what they did or, or any of that. It's just that you're ready for the divorcement of that attachment to that feeling of rejection and the ripple effects that feeling has had throughout your life, and how you show up now for the church family that's in front of you now, and how you show up for the people that are in me, because we all do that. We can all hold on to things in such a way that now, it's that old adage of, you're treating this boyfriend or girlfriend or partner like the last one that did you dirty. And this one is a good one, but you're treating them dirty from the last, it's that same kind of adage of you won't be able to see the beauty in what God is offering you and the people right in front of you, the circumstances and opportunities right in front of you, because that fear that you're always waiting for the other shoe to fall. And that the conformity bias thing, when you look at it, that, oh, that must be rejection, when it wasn't. Maybe somebody didn't see you, or somebody, had to cough and turned away. I'm just making up stuff now, but we start seeing things the way our filter is telling us to see it. And if rejection becomes a big part of that, and this is for all of you, this is not just for her, all of us, let me say, if we look for that, you'll find it. Whatever you look for, you'll find it. So we got to divorce it. Yes. Divorce ourselves. That's what forgiveness is. It's divorcing ourselves from that thing. Truth will set you free.
Amen.
Awesome. Don't forget, you all, that she has a powerful book if you want to continue in this work of oneness. Oneness. And she is a practitioner herself in this area. Healing Our History, Co-Creating a Culture of Oneness. Pamela Gray Daniel. Do my trailer voice. Pamela Gray Daniel, the author of Healing Our History and Co-Creating a Culture of Oneness. Yes, absolutely. And you see her website there, so that's where you can find it. Any final thoughts you want to share today, Pamela?
It's just been a beautiful time. I want to thank you guys all for sharing your wisdom with me as well, because that's part of this journey, is learning from one another, understanding that we're all a piece of this big puzzle that is created to make the world a better place, make us better. The situations and the circumstances that we go through in life are not by chance. They all happen for a reason. There's something that's seeking to expand in us. And when we approach it with that mindset, we know all things are working together for our good. We just continue to grow and we continue to connect with one another. And so I just thank you all for just being so beautiful, sharing and opening up your hearts to me and sharing your journeys with me. And I thank you too, Jeanette. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, sister. It has been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. Amen, Tamara. Letting it go. Steve, I couldn't really see that was your picture, but hey, Steve Murray. Tell Shandi Steve Murray said hey. You all are beautiful. I just love y'all so much. Thank you, Sister Pamela. We love you. It's been a wonderful session. Thanks, Jeanette and Pamela, for the beauty. Thank you for sharing your time and insight, Pamela and Jeanette. Yes, absolutely. It has been. And this won't be the last time you see her. I suspect, as we continue to journey together, that she may make a repeat appearance. And if she so sees fit. But I definitely will extend the invitation. So I have some lovely donuts and croissants, in virtual donuts and croissants in the green room.
You.
Yes. So hold on, because I definitely want to do the after the show with you.
Sounds good. I'll be there.
All right, sounds good. Everybody's saying thank you, thank you, thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Thank you.
How many of you, I know, no problem. I saw you, Kara. It's totally, totally awesome and fine. How many of you caught yesterday's show with the after the stream segment? Just put me in the comments if you caught that, because that's something that I want to continue to do, and I'm going to actually do it right now with Pamela after we get off. I just wanted to know if that was something that you found interesting and something that you saw value in that you want to keep doing. And as I'm waiting for you all to say, you know, whether you saw that or caught that or whatever your impressions were about that, I just want to remind you that the work continues. Me, I see you. Okay. And the work is going to continue. We're going to be together. Me. Okay. Me. Good. I thought it was interesting nuggets. I always think it's, yes, for you, it was so enlightening because there was so much that you didn't know was happening behind the scenes. And that's what I want to share with you all. I think sometimes you all, I feel like, oh, I wish they would have known that this was going on. Sometimes we don't know about the nuggets that happen behind the scenes. So great. I'm glad you all caught that. Awesome. You thought it was hilarious. Yes, it was. It can be funny too. It will always be real. So yes, it can be funny. Yes. So as we continue to journey on, remember you all that we have work to do, and we have work to do together. For those of you that have already signed up, I see that we're going to be working together in, y'all just don't mind me. I'm trying to get to a screen and it's giving me all this extra that I don't need. As we're working together to either build your dream, find your role for your purpose in this season, or whether it is releasing through the devotional, the 2.0. Don't forget, we start on Mondays, and this schedule is about to change. So we'll have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Actually, the truth is I do have a Thursday planned for you all next week that is going to be pretty awesome. So make sure that you tune in for that. And I'll make sure for those of you who are linked in to all of the stuff that we're doing through the Empowerment Tribe that you get the texts. But my good friend, Dr. Daryl Ezel, and another new colleague to me is going to join me. We're going to have some great discussions just about awareness and in a way, continuing this discussion of oneness about where we are, how we're relating to the times we're in right now. So join me Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then we'll slowly start easing back. And so we'll be together, but we'll just be together in a different way. Right? We'll be together, but we'll get together in a different way. I saw a great comment on here. Let's see what the Reverend Dr. Patrick Claiborne says. Sorry for being late. Frogs are amphibious. They represent being able to walk between planes. Ooh, that's good. Frogs can go from water to land. Holding the frog symbolizes being able to go from physical to emotional to spiritual. Frogs also represent blessings. So holding the frog can be getting blessed on all planes in all aspects of our lives. Yes to that. You better come on. That's why you got to put the PH and the D in the room with you sometimes, so you can see all that extra goodness coming out of that. Thank you for that insight. Yes. All right, y'all. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you go and check out the website, because I do want to make sure that we stay connected, and I do want to make sure you get what you need. Content creators, I am not playing with you. Let's get your stuff out into the world. Too many of you have said, well, I was waiting for that. Stop waiting. Today should have been a confirmation. Just do it. Just leap out. Leap of faith. Corresponding action. You have faith. It might be dirty. It might look a little cruddy, but that's why I'm here to help you. So whether it is you need help, you just need like a little boot camp cleanup, or you need a mentoring, or you need the full stream mastermind to get you launched, let's do it. Also, the life coaching group is open. I'm still doing the one-to-one, but I did hear you all that, hey, some people are going through a hard time right now. And so we need a little help. That's what the group coaching module is for. So just go through, click whatever it is you need, and let's do it. Let's do what we need to do together. Okay. I am excited because I know that we came through this pandemic and this what other people are calling it, and it is true, a virus of other sorts, race inequality, because there's disruption around us, but there's just disruption in us, and getting back to alignment is going to be so important for us. So listen, whatever you need, including this, remember, I also do referrals for therapists, because sometimes what you need to work through is more than what a coach should be helping you with. You might need to be dealing through some traumas and some other things that a licensed therapist can help you with. And I want to make sure that you do that. So always know that you can reach out to me, and I will make those referrals and give you some people for you to check out, talk to, see what's the right fit, see what you need to do. We are throwing away any kind of stigmas that go with that. Therapists are no better to you than your weight trainer is in the gym. When you need help, when you need some spotting, when you need somebody to help you lift that mental weight, when you need to help somebody to help you lift that psychological weight, that's what they're there to do. And then coaches, we're there to help you along the way too. So it's just important to me that you always get the help that you need, right? We all need help sometimes, right? We all need support always. We always need support, and we always need help. So I'm so glad that you all joined me. I love you all. Yes. Hey, Annette. That's okay. Get the playback replay, girl. Hi, Donald. What's happening? What's happening? All right. You better come in here and bless us at the end. I know, didn't he? He just came and dropped that big old bomb. That was awesome. I love it. Well, you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay well. I know things are opening up, but listen, stay wise. Stay wise out there. Keep things safe. Stay well, and we'll see you back here on Monday. I love you all to life. Bye-bye.